Hi. So Wa'il is just away right now for a brief few minutes or something. I'm here. My name's Jeff. I'm going to be talking to Wa'il. I was just passing through San Francisco for a friend's wedding, and I reached out to Wa'il, and he expressed interest in speaking with me. He's gonna be on in a moment, so be patient. It'll happen in a second. But in the meanwhile, I'm just he told me go live if you want, and I'll be back in a moment. So yeah. I live in New York right now, but I'm in San Francisco. I used to work in Turkey. I lived in Turkey for 4 years. My name's not Jack, it's Jeff, Karim. Ben de Türkçe konuşuyorum. Annem Türk. And I have a friend of mine named Ala. Hi, Ala. And he told me about Wa'il and his live streams and all of that. So I started watching the live streams, and I was interested in meeting him because it's just such an interesting story. I mean, he's here in California now, and we're both in the same country. I just came back from Turkey, and I've always been very interested in Middle East politics and American politics, and here we are.
Hello, guys.
So I was just telling them that I was just telling them who I am.
I had him hold the camera for all that long so that he can feel what I felt like when I did not know about this machine, this invention,
Nice.
this holder.
Nice.
So we've got a problem here a little bit because the camera then has to be on the faces of one of us at a time, and I think that's okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
We're going to just basically when I'm smoking, it's on me.
Okay.
Because they like it when I smoke.
Sure, yeah.
Some like it, some don't.
Yeah.
And but I like it.
Awesome.
The reason why I like it is no one gets to shame me for smoking. And by the way, I'm not smoking. This is not weed. This is CBD.
Okay.
This is
Nice.
not THC. This is just CBD. So it's just relaxing. It doesn't do
Nice.
anything but relaxation.
Awesome.
So are you judging me for smoking?
Not at all. I've smoked weed throughout my life, but I'm just not doing it these days.
I see.
So-
That's interesting. So, so in America, you can actually say that you smoked weed and not lose.
Absolutely. It's changed a lot in recent times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, back when I was a kid, or when I was much younger, it was a lot harder to smoke weed and, have a job. But a lot of jobs, they don't test anymore. But some jobs, they do.
I see.
So,
and what is? Can you get a little bit closer because I want to make sure that they really.
Absolutely.
They maybe can see both of us.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like
we
this?
set up. No, maybe I want to find a way where you're. Actually, why don't you come here? Let's be friends.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah,
let's be
do it.
friends. Let's sit down
Let's
next
do
to
it.
each other. Hey.
Let's do it. Hey.
بص
All right.
لذيذ ازاي هو
Sure.
عشان
So let me move this here too, so you
يس
can.
يا سلام يا
relax.
سلام على الحنية يا سلام على الحنية والنبي حنين. Okay.
Hi.
So yeah.
this-
So
yeah.
did you shout out to your friend?
I shout out to Ala. Thank you for telling me.
Ale.
Ale.
No,
Ale.
no.
No?
You're not gonna Ale.
Ale.
A.
A. A.
Ale.
Ale.
Ale.
Ale.
Okay, just a second. You get the first one right. A.
A.
La.
Le.
La.
Le.
Ale.
Ale.
Allah, oh. There is always hope. There is always hope.
Ale.
يعني علاء اهو اديك there is some hope that he can get it, huh? Say Muhammad.
Muhammad.
No. Muhammad. No.
Muhammad.
Yeah.
Muhammad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Muhammad.
Yo, guys, we have to give him a heart. Actually, give him a heart for saying Muhammad the right way. Can you say it again?
Muhammad.
Oh, mashallah, mashallah. He said Muhammad right. You know, the real problem with Islam is that you guys call it Muhammad. You know, if you stop calling it Muhammad, all the Muhammads will be better. Will feel much better about themselves, because you know, every time someone is called Muhammad, he's like, I'm not a Muhammad, I am a Muhammad. And then Mahmoud and Ahmad. You know, Ahmad. No, Ahmad. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Ahmad. Perfect, Ahmad. No, you see that? You see that? You don't want that.
Oh, don't want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahmad.
So
that it comes at the end, right? The try and avoid it. Ahmad. Go smooth.
Ahmad.
Allah. You get 17 hearts, man. People are not. You know, they support you. They support you in your you know. If they are teaching us how to speak English, we can teach them a little bit how to say things in Arabic.
Ismi. Jeffrey.
اسمي جيفري.
اسمي جيفري.
وبحب بهري.
بهري.
اسمي جيفري وجاي يهري. It's just, actually, this is a bit mean.
Okay.
It's like my name is Jeffrey and I'm here to bluff.
Oh my God. Oh.
But it works in a good way. Jeffrey وبهري.
You know? Bahri.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, you could just tell them in every you meet any Egyptian, you tell him I am Jeffrey وبهري. He knows that you are bluffing and they are gonna laugh. Jeffrey
وبحري.
Jeffrey وبهري.
And my friend told me there's also Ishta.
Ishta. Not Ishta. No. Smooth it when you say Ishta.
Ishta.
يا معلم. Ishta. He is being trained now. He is say Aha. Aha is a good one.
Aha.
No Aha. أحا ومش همسحها. الله عليك يا بس. الراجل ده he is good. I already like him. Hello Jeffrey.
Hello.
Aya wants you to say her name.
Aya.
No, see, you try and stress on the word on the letters. Aya. Yeah, Arabic is a very smooth language.
Okay.
Don't try and stop at things. Aya, no, aya. Muhammad. Easy on yourself. Muhammad. Yeah, perfect.
Muhammad.
That's
I can't have
that's a very, very proper Arabic saying of it, and that's actually pretty impressive to get it that quickly. I've already charmed him. Okay, now we can irritate him a little bit.
Okay, yeah. So I was just telling them I'm glad to be here. I found your story interesting. Ala told me about it.
Ale. No Ale.
Ale.
Smooth.
Ale.
Calm down and say Ale.
Okay. See, once I relax,
yeah,
then I
it
can
is,
speak
because
Arabic a little bit.
it's not about the relaxation. It's about you are trying too hard to make it work.
Yeah.
But if you actually step back and not try too hard, it will come out.
Okay.
Ale. Yeah. Ale.
Okay. Yeah. So he told me about your story, and I found it interesting, and I told you, and you know, you told me you didn't trust journalists, and that's what I am, and I said no, let's meet. So I'm glad we met.
I'm glad we met too. You seem like a cool guy.
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
And let's see. He's looking for a full-time job, guys.
Full-time job.
He has a nice hat. He has nice glasses.
Cisco Systems.
He's already taken, ladies. So hold off. I just briefly met his girlfriend, and she's a very nice lady.
Very nice.
He is lucky. Jeffrey is lucky.
Thank you.
Lucky Jeffrey.
Shukran.
That's what we're gonna. Oh, shukran. Smooth it. Shukran. No, not shukran. Shukran is like very strong. Shukran. Shukran. Perfect.
Shukran.
Yeah. All what you need to do is all the words you say, actually, you get the right, like, you go to the right places to get the letter, but you pull it too hard.
Okay.
You know, you go to the right place, but you pull it too hard. Just pull smoother.
Okay.
Yeah, just slow down a little. Yeah. Shukran. And you can maybe do it like that initially to help yourself to smooth, but then eventually get rid of your hand gestures, because then it becomes very theatrical.
Yeah. I can't keep speaking Arabic like that.
هتبقى هيبقى جيفري وبهري بجد بقى. مين ده يا جماعة؟ ده راجل صحفي أمريكاني عنده واحد صاحبه اسمه علاء مصري، قال له بقى اكلم وائل غنيم عدي عليه. فجيفري ده جه هنا وهو راجل كان عايش في تركيا. What do you think of Erdogan?
So interesting story.
Let me ask you first. Do you feel like you can openly talk about it, or you prefer not to get into that direction? Because I understand some and by the way, I'm respectful of boundaries.
So here's the thing. You know, I was explaining to the audience too. I'm Turkish. I speak Turkish as well, actually. So, and I spent 4 years in Turkey. So I spent a lot of time with Erdogan, or around him, as in the country. I feel comfortable talking about him because there are lots of Turks who like him and lots of Turks who don't like him, but I feel uncomfortable maybe because also there's a lot of people getting in trouble for saying they don't like him.
Okay, you know? I see. And then let's actually, I respect that. This is not the point here.
Sure.
We can move on to another topic.
I'll just say this. I mean, he's very popular with a lot of people. I don't agree with the direction he's going, but I actually worked in Turkish state TV before.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I worked with a lot of people who loved him, and they were lovely people, still some of my friends. And,
nice.
I can openly say that I disagree with the direction he's taking Turkey in, but I respect people who like him as well. You know?
And I appreciate that position, because to me it's way more sane than positions that are extremely angry, because extremely angry positions mostly go nowhere.
Sure. And a lot of times too, people don't understand. They make it sound like everyone hates him and, oh my God, why is Erdogan president of Turkey? But a lot of people love him too. So it's, the only thing is, this is my only thing, and I'm saying this to my friends who are supporters of Erdogan as well. We need to make it in Turkey. You all need to make it, because I'm technically not a Turkish citizen. You all need to make it so you have a freer press and a freer society. I mean, people need to be able to say what they want to say. And I feel strongly saying this right now, because in Turkey, you're not allowed to always say what you want to say. So what if somebody disagrees with Erdogan? It's okay. So what if they love him? It's okay. Talk to each other, and don't put people in jail for not liking him, you know?
I agree with your message, and I think your message is pretty sane. You are the kind of journalist that I'm starting to like.
Thank you.
You know, the problem I have with journalists is that I'm always in a conflict of interest.
In what way? You feel that you need to be following their agenda, or you need to be...
Their interest is to create traffic. Is not to tell the story in the their interest is to... They are drama writers. They're just not as good as the actual drama writers.
Well, what was it? I think there was this guy, Mencken.
They're like the bad drama writers, you know? If you can't make it to drama writing, you just become a journalist.
People said a journalist is a good writer with nothing to say. That's what I heard.
Or that's actually funny. Or you know, I heard also that politicians are bad actors, because if you're not, if you have to really be a very good actor to become a professional actor. But if
also,
you're a bad actor, then you go after the people who are angry or sad or whatever, and you manipulate them.
And you also have to be much better looking. They always say, what is it, like Washington is Hollywood for ugly people, you know?
So. Washington is all you. Oh my God!
It's a good one, right?
Oh my God, that's kind of funny. But I think President Trump is beautiful.
You think he's beautiful?
He has beauty inside of him.
I hate him, but okay.
I don't hate him, and I learned not to hate.
Really?
Yep.
What do you like about him though?
that he's a human, that he has a soul, that his soul is divine, that his life is precious.
But he doesn't treat other people like that, right?
I don't know enough about his inner experience to justify what is happening in his own head. What I know is that I need to stop judging him because it doesn't help the world, it doesn't help him, and it doesn't help me, and it doesn't help the reality if he's judged continuously by the press.
I mean,
Do you want to listen to some music?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
صباح الفل. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't agree with a lot of what he is doing.
Yeah.
But I also have learned enough to not agree with a lot of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And despite that, I justify it to myself.
So, but I will say this. I mean, hate is maybe too strong a word, but I don't like Trump, and not because he is a Republican, but because he is, I think, a mean person.
Okay,
People.
so let me actually go get some wheat for myself, and I want you to reflect, if you don't mind, about your change of position from saying that you don't hate, but you actually don't like, and reflect on it without being defensive if you know.
Sure, sure.
And then I want to know the brief of what's your conclusion?
Okay, sure. So I guess hate is too strong a word, and maybe don't like is a better way of putting it. But I just think what I have trouble with is, I mean, I'm also speaking to a lot of people here in the Middle East right now too, right? And I've met so many people in the Middle East who I feel Trump has made life very difficult for people in the Middle East, and it's not just his fault, but you know, there's so many people he doesn't allow into the country now. I mean, so many Syrian people I met were wonderful people, and they're saying, well, I can't come to the United States. So many Iranian people I met, they're like, I can't come to the United States. So I saw the personal, like, I'm an American and I meet a lot of people who like Trump and they love him, but then I go to the Middle East, or I go to Turkey, I go to Istanbul, and I meet people who are affected by Trump personally, and it makes me feel a lot deeper feelings than just, oh, his politics are different. It makes me feel like he's ruining people's lives, and I think that's my problem. So I don't know. I mean, you shouldn't say hate. I'll say don't like, but I really, really, really don't like. That's the thing.
This is for you, to help you with reflection.
Oh, thank you.
It's
you
a
brought
pear.
me a pear.
Yeah, it's a pear. And
yeah.
I got myself some reflection tools as well.
Okay, excellent.
So here's what my perception as an observer, without even listening to what you just said now.
Sure.
Here's what I felt when you changed your position. On one hand, I appreciate the fact that you changed your position, which means that you are willing to change your position.
Sure.
That's already no. It's not sure.
Okay.
It's not sure because most of the time you don't change your position. Most of the time I don't change my position, so it's not sure. It's actually an event worthy of reflection in my own head. Maybe in your own head you change your position a lot, but I tend to try and balance my position, so therefore it doesn't change a lot. So I would, from my perspective as an observer, I've already seen that and I appreciate it as a feature. Because most of the people don't change their position that easily. Generally, changing your position easily either means you rush into conclusions. Once you're emotionally driven and you're trying to justify, without me hearing anything of what you said to people, I just hear the word turkey and something. So you're but just basically justifying why you are spending negative emotions on someone. And I think that's tyrannical. Because actually, if you are doing that, you are missing the point of why you are getting negative emotions. The negative emotion is because in my own, which I'm not forcing, in my own mental framework, is our lack of ability to predict, to make sense of the difference between reality and our expectations. Like this guy, he grew up in an environment where he had expectations of how the world works because he's a human. You watch certain movies, you listen to certain people, you read certain books, you went to certain school. All what was there that is happening is a shaping of what is your expectation and what should it be like as you are growing up. And all these expectations in a lot of way are forced on you, and the ones that are most forced are the ones that you're delusionally thinking that you're choosing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, because it's just a collective choice. It's just like human rights and democracy and all these forms of governance. They're just not, once humans end up believing in the label becomes hijacked.
Yeah.
because the label is hijackable. The feelings are not. The feelings, when they're hijackable, at least if you don't know, others around you will know that you're being hijacked, that your feelings are being hijacked and you're being manipulated.
Yeah.
So in my view, you have spent negative energy in the wrong direction, and I called you out on it, so you backed out a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
I wanna continue the backing out.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you went from hating to not liking him. Could you actually try and elaborate a little bit? Do you not like him or his actions? And do you not like all his actions or some of his actions? And you not like some of his actions regardless of his intentions or with regard to his intention? And do you not like all his actions based on your understanding or based on the collective understanding or based on the media understanding or based on direct communication with him or based on what? Because all these questions, if you fail to answer as you are building your own narrative inside your head about Trump, you are not gonna be able to cover Trump fairly. And that's exactly why CNN is at fault for putting Jim Acosta as the one that represents CNN at the White House. And I actually think he's not being an objective journalist.
But let me ask you something. Do you think journalists can be objective?
With their opinions, no.
Yeah.
With their performance, of course.
Yeah, so there's always the difference between what you feel and how you behave as a journalist, right?
Absolutely. So what I'm calling him out on in terms of objectivity is not his own private personal opinion on Trump. I don't care what his private personal opinion on Trump. I actually specifically don't care, because he is a CNN spokesperson inside the White House. His job is to ask the president questions that brings out information. His job is not to grab attention by showing that he is a gladiator inside the stage and try and grab the attention, ask questions that are only meant to show how brilliant he is.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, things are very clear. He's very happy with himself. He always takes the discussion with the president into one direction. It's the direction where he's calling him out on his contradiction.
But I think that's the job of the American press, with every president.
I think...
and I think that the other thing is, when it comes to Trump, I mean, look, the issue...
No. We're not gonna... You said something that's like completely like, it just goes against my principles. That's not the job. He is into himself. He's putting his ego in front of his cause, in front of his job. And his job is enabling him to do that because his job is all about creating traffic. And if you are building a society in which the process of informing the citizens of that society is based on attention-seeking games, it's completely dangerous.
But what's the other model? I think about this a lot with media.
First of all, fuck that shit. That's the other model. That if you are in a place where if things are bad, you have to actually be aware that you are in a place where things are bad. It's okay. We don't have to destroy the system. We don't have to even go against the system. We just need to start becoming more aware and observe better. Like I was telling the New York Times journalist, don't you find it ironic that you are writing articles about Trump's wall behind a paywall?
Yeah, I listened to that actually. I saw that.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
what
that.
did he say? In your perspective, did he had an answer?
Well, but then I thought to myself, the media needs to fund itself if you're gonna have a newspaper, right? I mean,
He's jerking off on me.
No, but
Really, they need billions of dollars. They need millions of dollars.
wow,
They need
Google,
tons.
Facebook has so many more billions of dollars,
just,
right?
just because someone you
We're
are,
selling our data right now to them.
then,
Isn't that how it works?
Then don't virtue signal. Then
No.
then understand that Trump building the wall in his own game, it's very similar to your game. He's telling himself the same things you're telling yourself.
In what way? What
That-
do you think he's telling himself?
He's telling himself that the U.S. economy cannot afford the people who have no skills to come across the border using the way they are coming, and that we have to be a little bit aggressive because the lack of aggression in the past have caused the numbers to increase. You can argue with me that the data is suggesting otherwise, that he's using it for his own. You can argue whatever you want,
Sure.
but that doesn't change the fact that this is his narrative, and that doesn't change the fact that the left narrative is escaping from facing this reality as a reality, to the point that they're in denial about the problem of illegal immigration, just like they're they're in denial about other problems just because the right is angry about it. You know, and I see the opposite also in the right towards the left. It's just because the game is polar. In the
Yeah.
U.S., it's played as a polar game, and we are very polarized right now. And I say we because I'm not an American, but I am grateful for this country, and I actually really appreciate the freedom it has provided me with in the last few years. And I feel for this country and for the people, and I don't like the fact that the people are listening less and less to each other and talking over and over each other, and the business model of Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah.
and other companies, Twitter, and then CNN, and all these companies that are supposed to help us, are just basically exploiting our attention. They are just in the business of attention trafficking.
Sure.
Trafficking.
But okay, but here's the problem. I mean, I studied this in history of media. You cannot have. You're either going to have media that's free, and you're going to have to pay for it in some way, shape, or form, either by selling your data or by having advertisers. Which
The
means
American
you need
way
to
of
get-
dealing with things, that reminds me of the Egyptian way of dealing with things. It's the either or way.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
How about we accept the current state and adding a little bit of small checks and balances here and there to improve the situation?
so I'm interested because look, when I came into
I have a
this-
full-time job for you.
what is it?
Stop sucking to large organizations looking for a full-time job that they tell you that when you smoke weed, you are not allowed to be in the organization, because when you smoke weed, you know you're way more creative.
Sure.
So appreciate the job that appreciates your creativity and own it.
Sure.
And that's my and by the way, I'm not entitled because I know you have your own conditions, you
Yeah,
have your
yeah,
own life, and
Yeah.
but I'm just entitled to when you tell me something that could affect my system that I hear, that I have to correct.
Of course. But I think the thing is also that you're a
Sorry.
yeah, no worries. You're
You see, smoking is bad for you. Kids don't smoke, because if you are like Uncle Wal, you're gonna cough like that.
actually I quit smoking cigarettes 50 days ago. So
Congrats.
I'm feeling okay,
I'm glad you look like you're feeling okay.
yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at this guy. He's a quitter.
Yeah.
I like quitters.
Yeah, but
I like quitters who quit games that are not good for them. And I don't like people who stick into games just because they're worried that others are going to judge them if they get out of it. When I changed my position on the revolution, people were going after me, making me think that I will feel ashamed that I changed my position. But it doesn't matter. I changed my position because it's my feeling. It's my thought process. These are my thoughts. I have my own imagination. And you get no right to tell me what to do, to tell me how to think, to tell me what to think, and to tell me how to imagine, or to tell me what to imagine, or to tell me how to communicate, or to tell me what to communicate.
Sure.
I am me, and I don't self-censor anymore.
that's great.
I as much as I can. I self-censor a little bit because everybody gets to self-censor. But my
Sure.
level of self-censorship is is highly.
But here's my question for you, because I'm fascinated. I mean, you worked in, so you became a very interesting figure politically for a lot of people and a lot of journalists. But originally, like, you're a tech guy, right? I mean, that's who you are, right? So
No, that's what you think I am.
okay.
That's the caricature you media organization.
No,
building.
so I'm sorry. Let me tell you. I mean,
You are not sorry. Are you sorry? Have you actually been considering what I just said right now very quickly and thought about the depths of it and what I'm trying to tell you?
You don't want to be mischaracterized.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't. Not that I don't want to be mischaracterized. I already told you I am mischaracterized.
Uh-huh. So then let me ask you this instead. I mean, okay, fine. I won't put it that way, but you have experience in working with technology. So,
yeah. Now I take it.
Sure. So then my question is, how do you think as journalists, as people in the media, we can continue to do what we love to do without doing it for free, just writing Medium articles, showing up on live streams, any of that? I mean, I enjoy that stuff, but also we need to make a living too, you know? So, do you think we can?
Yes, you can.
How?
First of all, I'll give him some life advice right now. Life coach Wa'el غنيم. Let's put the camera on him actually, because we want to see him eating his pears while interacting with Wa'el غنيم life advice.
Sure.
So first of all, I feel for you, which means that I actually understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been working for 3 years. So I have been seeing my bank account declining to the point that I have about 6-month runway, 7-month runway, and I will be bankrupting.
You own this house now?
No.
Okay.
I'm renting.
Okay.
Guess how much is the rent here?
You don't have to say, but tell if you want.
$7,000.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot.
It's because when we were in the other house, it was just a nightmare for us. The kids were not having fun, and I'm like, you know, what's the point of life? Is it to ruin my kids' best and brightest years of childhood because I want to save money? I decided to be here because this is the place where the power is. The power I understand, and I'm here to challenge that power right now.
So you feel it's important to be here in Silicon Valley?
Oh,
right
absolutely.
now? Okay. Because can I tell you what I thought as soon as I entered? This is my first time in Silicon Valley, and I thought, this is so weird that it's such a quiet place and such a calm place, but arguably the most powerful place. I mean, more powerful than the entire country of Turkey, entire country of Greece, entire country of... I was struck by that when I got in. I was like, how is this place so unassuming, so quiet, so, you know, the power seems so hidden, at least on the surface.
You guys overestimate what you call power. Because if you can't control power, then you don't have power. The fact that it's on your system doesn't mean you control it. Because the way Facebook controls is the streams, but not the details. They can't really sit down and say, let Trump content surface. I apologize. يا حاج عايزك تقول لي كده وصفة حلوة للكحة. Talking to my dad. I think he's here, yeah.
Cool.
So they, you know, when I looked at Mark Zuckerberg walking into the Congress, you know, I'm gonna put the camera on my face
Sure.
and say, is that a guy that controls such a strong platform? Is that the confidence that you would carry in an organized in the past? For you to be a tycoon in the financial industry or the business industry, you had to deal with a lot of obstacles and challenges that includes people.
Yeah.
You have to align your interests with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And therefore, the process of diversification, per se, of your thought process, the process of alignment of interest, it doesn't necessarily always work in a good way.
Yeah.
But it works somehow and creates some sort of balance of power. That is always imbalanced, but the question is it balancing or is it imbalancing? You know, because the journalists are always imbalanced, it will be very imbalanced, imbalancement.
Yeah, we talk about it all.
How can we balance? No one talks about. And when someone...
But journalists report the problems, we don't come up with the solutions, right?
Stop bullshitting yourself.
That's an activist.
You are not looking for people who are coming up with solutions. You are looking for people who are creating stories for you to create traffic so that you can sell traffic, so that you can make money, so that you can look good. And you can buy that nice hat of you and travel with your girlfriend around and support your family and take care of your business because you're a human.
That's part of it too.
Yeah. Because you are someone with also conflict of interest all the time between yourself, your boss, your job, your career, you have to juggle, and the more successful you get in this game, the harder the tests become, because you'll get access to stuff as a journalist that it becomes like really tricky. What do you do with it? Right?
Yeah, of course.
Because if people start trusting you, they start leaking.
Well, then the question becomes: are you intelligence or are you a journalist? You know, like at that point, you're so well connected that you're basically determining when information is leaked and how.
You are always both.
Yeah.
Because intelligence is an act of information dissemination, information retrieval. Like it's part of the function of intelligence. Like collective intelligence. I've been thinking a lot, and I have my own ideas about collective intelligence. And I think like in the way I would think about it in a ticky nerdy way, there are some root bugs in American culture, in Egyptian culture, in Chinese culture, in Russian culture, and everybody is busy pointing to the bugs in the other culture. But they're not busy working on the bugs on their own culture.
Yes.
And everybody is lecturing how horrible the other side is. But no one is questioning how wrong could they be. Everybody is thinking that the reality is way worse than actual reality. Why? Because the merchants of anger, the attention traffickers, always tell you everything is horrible. Oh, hey, let's save the kids in Africa. People want to save kids in Africa in the streets of San Francisco, and I find it a joke. Save the homeless in San Francisco, you idiots.
Sure. But it's not either or. But let me.
Right? No. It is. If you can't save the people who are next 1 mile away from you, I don't fucking trust you to save someone that's thousands of miles away from you. It is either or. It is, if you can't fix your own problem, why do I trust you with a bigger problem? If you can't organize your own room, why do I trust you with organizing the world? Fuck that shit.
But so then let me ask you a question about, in your interview with the New York Times, right?
Nathaniel Popper, yeah.
So you were talking about how you generally did not like the New York Times or just American media's coverage of Egypt. And I spent a lot of time when I was in Turkey thinking about how the West, quote unquote, or Western media talks about Turkey. What do you think they got wrong about Egypt or the Middle East generally?
I think it's the same problem that I was just describing right now. What they got wrong is that their interests are not aligned with the interests of the public. The reality in Egypt is very complex. It's a country with 100 million people. There's a lot of failure within the system. The system is not very transparent because it's suspicious of foreigners, so it doesn't really provide actual information. There's a huge trust issues. There's legacy issues. The people, most of the time, every journalist has a few contacts in their phone book, and they always call them and get their perspective about Egypt and make it the story.
You got to make the deadline.
Yeah, he's laughing. He is laughing because I'm getting him, huh?
But that's true. You have to make your deadline, and you do notice that journalists go to the same people over time.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is building a caricature imagery of everything, of reality, and that caricature image is a New York Times image. Ooh.
Yeah.
It is what the New York Times said. It must be true. You know? And of course, because he writes in the New York Times for so many years, he must be right.
Sure.
You know? So my problem is that you just travel, you spend a week there, and then all of a sudden you meet a lot of brothers and sisters who look like you, because it's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Because your friend Ala introduces you to his friend Nagiba, who is very up and cool, and oh my God, she is the Egyptian I love. I admire Egyptians. I'm a journalist. I am white, and I love those Egyptian guys. I love it. And by the way, they call it Tamiya, not falafel. They call it Tamiya. And they don't, you know, I asked them about hummus. They are not so big about hummus. But they are very funny. They are very funny, right? They make a lot of jokes about themselves. They are humble. Egyptians are humble.
Yeah.
They make fun of themselves all the time. And that's why I'm going to be the joke of America. I'm going to be the Joker.
I'm
going to be the
Joker. Have you seen The Joker?
No, I have not. But
It's a good movie.
Have you seen The Joker? Yes, you have had. Have you seen The Joker?
You?
I'm the Joker that's funny. That's actually funny. That's actually joking. You know, you're laughing. Look at his smile. How many times have you seen his teeth today? Look at it. Oh, how cute. He can't stop himself. Look at that. He's embarrassed. You know,
no, it's okay.
When you get it, but he's half Turkish, so the challenge is not that hard. You know, if he was like full, oh my God, it would have taken me ages before he breaks like that. Look how he broke, and he started touching his. You know, he's now feel like, you know, in language of flirtation, girls, if he touches his own hat like that, he likes it. He really likes it. It's like a woman touching her hair. You know.
Yeah.
Do you understand why my life is gonna be better than Joe Rogan, who haven't hosted me yet?
I mean, you should just keep doing this, you know? I mean, it's you're getting attention. It's a way to do things. And honestly, I was thinking about this coming down here. As a journalist, TV, print, those aren't dead. But this is a totally new form of interview. And I wanted to do this because I thought, you know, when I was talking to Wa'il, he said to me, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah.
Wa'il?
Okay.
Wa'il.
Wa'il.
Perfect. Okay. So when we were speaking, you were telling me, you know, you'll meet up with me as long as you can put the camera on me. And so I thought to myself, that's not typical. That's not usually how it is being a journalist. But let's do it. Let's put the source in control and see how it goes, you know? And that's fine, you know? So
يا باشا، انت بتتعامل مع بني ادم من نوع جديد، بيعرف يظبط البني ادمين اللي من النوع ده. You are dealing with a new human being that knows how to deal with human beings like this guy. I get into his thought process very easily because I think like him in many ways. So I can show him where I build, where he hasn't built yet. And then I can give you a thought in your head. So here's a game for you.
Okay.
You know, one of the biggest problems with American culture,
Tell me.
is fake it until you make it.
I saw your Medium post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you solve a fake it until you make it bug? Can you think? Like, imagine now, you control the collective intelligence. Of course, no one controls the collective intelligence, but you could inspire actually, let me take it. You could inspire the collective intelligence with something in which that gives people the security that they needed, using the fake character of themselves, while at the same time, start becoming real about their weaknesses, so that they can start actually working on it, rather than spending their time posing as if they have the power. It's like the person walking in the street. You know, I see them all the time. He's walking like that. Look.
Okay.
So when you do that, you are
Yeah.
spending energy. That's energy. That's an extraction, and the extraction requires constant energy process just to show people that you're not scared.
Yeah.
And when you show people that you're not scared, it actually signals to people like me that you're actually scared.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's a lot of energy spending.
Uh-huh.
So how can we inspire the public
Yeah.
to because that's the politics that no one is doing.
Well, look, I think social media is creating this, right? I mean,
It's creating what?
It's creating an environment in which we need to create attention, and then through that attention, maybe we can get some money or get some job. You know,
So-
in my situation, you know, like I'm thinking now.
You went into a problem space. Were you going to continue and give me a solution, or you were going into a problem space?
I was going into a problem.
Okay,
space.
take yourself back.
Okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I do that all the time. So
Yeah.
I did not mean to interrupt, but it's just I don't want to go into the problem
Sure,
space.
sure.
I already know the problem.
Uh-huh.
I want to see your solution as someone that observed a lot.
Yeah.
How can you inspire the collective intelligence of America
Uh-huh.
with an idea that could show them that there is a way they could actually become the real themselves while accepting it, and others accepting them?
So I think it has to do with our idols and who we idolize, right? If we keep this is part of my problem with Trump. If we keep idolizing Trump and say he became the president through Twitter, and if we keep idolizing influencers, and if we keep idolizing, you know, being influential on social media, then we can maybe have a chance of getting back into other forms of achievement, or like emphasizing other forms of achievement.
I actually I really like what he said. The only thing I would change is at the beginning you said it is the always understand that there are infinite reasons for why something happens.
Yeah.
There are infinite options that someone has in a present moment to do, and there are infinite outcomes that happen as a result of every single decision that you make.
Sure.
Therefore, there is no thee. Thee is tyranny, and once you set up thee in your head, you're fucked. Because you are unable to see reality as it is. I remind myself and remind you to always balance your words. Whenever you see that you're going too strong, you know that's wrong.
Okay.
I actually like it. Whenever you notice that you're going too strong, you know you're wrong.
You know you're wrong.
You know you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you are going too strong, you're
wrong.
desperate.
Yeah.
You're desperate.
Yeah.
It means you're trying to prove a reality. You want to run into a conclusion. You can't afford disagreement.
Yeah.
You're too scared of your time wasted, so you're not balanced in your perspective of what time is versus what the other person needs.
Yeah.
To be convinced if you think that they need to be convinced.
But I mean, this is part of the problem in journalism. You need to be able to sell a story, right? Like if you're independent, if you're a freelancer, you need to tell an editor, this story is worth your time.
That's
should publish this story.
you play the wrong game with Wa'el غنيم.
Yeah.
The right game with Wa'el غنيم is go fix yourself. Your imagination space will be way better than you telling me problem, and you will start seeing creative ways in which you can prove yourself in a way to the world that the world appreciates so much that they give you a lot of money. I always tell my wife, we will soon have the opposite problem that we have had in the past few years. We're just going to have a lot of money and wonder what to do with it. And the reason why I think so is because I know in my own imagination space, I'm already seeing solutions to a lot of problems that others have never thought about. And the reason why I am seeing those is because I'm fixing and relaxing my thought process. I'm fixing and relaxing my thoughts. I am dealing with my emotions in a far more calm and gentle and coachy way than it used to be in the past, and my imagination space is flying unlimited in good places, and when it goes to bad places, it doesn't matter. I go to bad places, it's okay, and I am in much more peace with my time and life, and I'm like gaining and not losing.
What's your plan for the future?
I have no plan for the future. Plans are tyranny.
Okay.
My plan is for the present. which is to be fully engaged with you and get the best out of you.
Awesome.
Because that's what the 400 would learn from. Maybe you will say something that inspired the hell out of them today, or maybe I say something that inspired the hell of them out of them today. Maybe some American friend that you told them go watch this live will watch it and find that, oh my god, I gotta make all my friends watch it, and the ripple effect happens, and we see America change in a few months. 25th of January 2020 is a good day. What if America could all come together united on 25th of January 2020?
But for what?
I'll tell you. This country is so polarized right now that people stopped listening to each other. If you, instead of speaking to the public, you speak to your fellow journalists, if instead of the politicians stop speaking to the public and they speak to their fellow politicians, if everybody started speaking to everybody in the way we used to do it long time ago, something will happen. Because we're all tired and sick, and if we build the right tools for that environment to happen, because of course if you put people together all of a sudden without creating the right environment, they're gonna fight. But if we fix some bugs...
Don't you think the bug is that social media makes it so that you have to emphasize your personality and you have to have a hot take? I mean, let me tell you something intimate as a journalist, right?
It does, but at the same time, if I go I sorry to cut you off. Because if I go real as well, I'm getting attention. Because I'm real right now. I'm creating real good content for some people. It's just like a weird conversation between two people that are unlikely to meet. And unlikely to meet on this condition. So this is great content. And this content is, by the way, it's not numbers game, because you journalists keep thinking about numbers. And you guys are just, you are misrepresenting truth. Because truth is not a numbers game. Truth propagates much faster than what you think. It doesn't need mediums. Truth needs thought processes and open minds. So if I distill an idea right now about how to deal with fake it until you make it, and you start working on it, and it works, that becomes truth. It becomes your truth. And once it becomes your truth, you start telling it to people. And once truth is propagated among people, it becomes a reality. So our job...
But here's the thing. Honestly, truth becomes a reality, once it's propagated, but there is no one truth when it comes to interpreting the world around you as a narrative, right? I mean, it's a story, and at some level you pick what story to tell based on it.
Absolutely, and that's why the truth is life is a balance between what you think and what the world think. And you want to keep a free mind, a free thought process, a free imagination space, and a free thought, a flow of thoughts, and a respect for emotions, while at the same time use whatever that's outside of you to collect signals and fix. So I'm not talking here in moral language. That there is one truth. There's infinite number of truths. And there's infinite number of realities as per the perspectives of the people. And as a Muslim, I'm a Muslim. I believe that I'm a Muslim, but I'm a different kind of Muslim, where a lot of Muslims would even call me not Muslim. You know, that kind of a Muslim. So I'm that kind of a Muslim that smokes weed and then reads Quran and talk about what I understand from what I'm reading.
Do you drink alcohol as well?
Barely. And I don't like it, and I think it's haram. But I don't force myself to not drink it. And I don't force others, obviously, to not drink it. If someone is addicted to it, I feel bad for them, but it's none of my business if they haven't consulted me with. And I think shaming the addicts make them more addicted. Because that doesn't help them. It's like shaming the insecure, make them more insecure. Make them more stressed, you know? So anyway, what were we saying?
Let me ask you a random question.
Oh my God, he's He's just like, we need to finish our thought process. These people are gonna hate us.
Okay. And then I have a question.
So I'm a Muslim. I remember I'm a Muslim that believe that we are here to unite as humans. But the way to unite is not to force unity, because controlled unity is not unity, is tyranny. And the difference between tyranny and unity is huge. It's the will. It's my will. It's my desire. It's my intention. And that's lost. Right now, we cannot unite. And by the way, I want to unite with my brother who is Christian and my sister who is Jewish, and the rest who are atheists, angry atheists too. I love those guys.
There's a lot of them.
I love them. It's just like, come on, guys. Okay. God does not exist. Are you happy now?
There's a lot of them.
It's like God already exists because God is a thought. And in your own head, God exists as a very, very big thought, but with a negative connotation. Just the fact that you have a negative energy signal doesn't change the fact that the energy exists. And God's energy is in everyone's life. And it's the biggest energy on earth. What are you arguing? And the thing is,
well, I think for a lot
the thing is I don't take the spiritual meaning of God as some people who are ignorant about religion, who think very shallow about religion, that they're trying to force their meaning. I believe religion is a way of life that's between the individual and their God. And I believe that my relationship with my God is divine, and it's between me and my God, and people are not entitled to edit it, update it, tell me what to do about it. And I'm also not entitled to share whatever my beliefs push it on people by force, any kind of force. Even manipulation as a force, because that's dangerous, because that is taking away the will of God. Because if God wanted, he would have created our collective wisdom in a station that we go charge. You
give me some
collective wisdom. Collective wisdom.
You have a very American attitude about religion.
I take that as an insult.
No, I mean it in a good way.
Okay, I take that as a good way.
I mean, you want to do what you want to do. You want to have the relationship.
But understand something. Mine is very, very, very deeply Islamic and Easterner. And I take it as an insult, not because the American understanding of religion is insulting. I mean, there's no such a thing as the American understanding of religion, because I'm seeing different Americans and different understanding of religions. But it's
maybe my ideal idea.
But just a second. But actually, I have benefited a lot from the American understanding of religion. I took it as an insult. It's because as an American, you guys like sometimes to say, you took it, the Facebook revolution. Oh my God. They are doing it on Facebook Live. Oh my God, Mark, you are so awesome. How cute. You
I didn't mean it that way.
Okay, no, I know you didn't mean it that way, but you actually did. In the sense that when you said it, it just came across that way.
Okay, what I meant was honestly just when I think of the First Amendment.
Let me say what bothers me, and you will understand it, because you are a nice human like that. And I'm putting the camera on his face so that he's exposed a little bit.
All right.
What bothers me is that there is very hidden, and you gotta have to question it later, not in front of me right now. Very hidden, this ethnocentrism, or whatever I call, I don't know the English word. I have to say I'm ignorant. Please help me with it.
I think
it's kind of like you see that. Okay, oh wow, you just you have a very American. You have not thought about it from my perspective when you said it. I actually know that you are well intentioned, and I by the way, just to be clear, I don't blame my American friends for it. I love it. I just like to call them out for it, but I don't care, because I actually benefited a lot from the American culture, to the point that whatever the Americans tell me, thank you guys.
Oh my
I
God.
benefited a lot from the physical.
It wasn't me who...
Wait. I benefited a lot from the physical safety that I got from the Americans. So thank you, Americans.
Oh my God. No.
So it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's just about one thing, that I have worked so hard days and nights when I was young to build my belief system. And you just easily just because it looks from the outside like your belief system, you just paintbrush it as your belief system. Oh, it's just you know, you're very and I took it that way. It could be that I'm extra sensitive. It could be that maybe you didn't choose your words right. It doesn't matter. It's just the reason why I stopped you for it, because I stopped picking my battles. My battles are the smallest ones. Let's have that discussion and go back and forth, and maybe you learn something about yourself and what you say to others and how it would be perceived. Because the real problem is not in what you mean. It's always in what is perceived. You know, perception is the reality from the other side.
Yeah.
Look at his face. Perception is the reality from the other side, right?
Yeah.
Like you're, and if you try and edit my perception of your reality, you're fucked.
Sure.
because if I'm smart enough, I'll take the opposite of everything you say. Because the reason why you have to defend yourself is that you are not convinced between you and yourself. You know, that's how I always see myself. That's why, for example, I already told people I have two things that trigger me so far, and they trigger me much less now because I'm okay with it. Insults that has to do with my dignity and patriotism, to both, by the way, Egypt and America now. You know, I would actually feel insulted if an American think that I'm a horrible traitor or like a Middle Eastern scumbag. I'd feel insulted because I actually respect this country a lot and what it represents. And the second is insults about my financial credibility, or generally my credibility. And sometimes I do things that violate my credibility, but they're the small things. Or the things that when they are released, I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm not sorry. I did it. You know?
Yeah.
Because so what?
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Are you not stupid?
We're all stupid.
We're all stupid.
Yeah.
Don't insult yourself, Jeffrey.
What?
Don't insult yourself, Jeffrey. Listen, I learned something about life actually, and let's both back out from calling ourselves stupid. We're just a human. We make mistakes. We are naive. We also have desires, and we're suppressed. We're suppressed big time. From the day you go to school, you're suppressed. What is school? Forcing you to sit down. Forcing you to sit down.
To ask to go to the bathroom.
Yep. To ask to go to the bathroom. Exactly. Do you need to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, actually.
Look at Jeffrey. He remembered the bodily function.
I did.
Let's clap for Jeffrey. He is finally able to realize that he needed to go to the bathroom.
I do. Just right down here?
Yeah, to the end and go right.
To the end and right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
يا سلام عليك يا جيفري. يا سلام عليك يا جيفري. This is live from وائل غنيم place. And Jeffrey is being on the عايزين نشغل شوية موسيقى. ايه رأيك في الأداء يا ابن مصر؟ رافع راس مصر ولا لا؟ او النعمة كده، والراجل اهو نص تركي ونص امريكاوي، يعني رافع راس مصر وجايب لك اللي انت عايزه ولا لا؟ بأمانة شديدة ايه رأيك في الأداء؟ وجيفري على فكرة عاجبه الوضع، لان هو راجل ايه، ما تسلاش قبل كده بالطريقة دي. ما انا برضو تسالي يا خال. يا حبيبي بحبه بقى، ده عمرو دياب ده.
رصيف نمرة 5 والشارع زحام وساكت كلامنا ما لاقي كلام. رسالي يا خال تدخن يا عم تتوه عامي في لسان اللجام. تسالي يا خال تدخن يا عم في لسان اللجام.
Oh, people are giving you eyes. بيسور وداني
وشحت المزين بياكل وداني كلاكس الكتروني بيسور وداني وشحت المزين بياكل وداني ادي باريس تعالوا حاسبني عشان وعبد الله رشدي المحامي القدير بيرفع قضية في باب الوزير على عمي فكري تعال بليلة عشان مرة زعل بصوته الجاهز. يلا. You like it, huh?
I like it. I like it a lot.
You like it, you know?
I like it.
Welcome to the show that is better than Joe Rogan's show. Until Joe Rogan hosts me, and then I'll say his show is better. You know, that's the plan. Because
Awesome.
I'm cooler. I'm cooler than him because he doesn't know about me, but I know about him.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
You see why I'm cooler than him? Joe Rogan.
You listen to him?
And I smoke weed all the time like you know. And by the way, you know, we can talk about things in my fourth quarter. I have 4 quarters in my head. What I call the deeply local quarter.
Okay.
That's like Islamic, Arabic, you know, Egyptian, Coptic.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but it's not the Oriental version. Ew.
Yeah.
You know,
It's the real.
it's the real
thing.
deal.
Yeah.
It's the real deal. It's the real shit out there. It's Islamic, deeply Islamic.
Yeah.
It's Arabic,
Yeah.
deeply Arabic. It's Coptic. I wouldn't say deeply Coptic, but I know Coptic friends who give me the energy. I don't understand it, but I just have the energy.
Yeah.
And it's pharaonic because I am the pharaoh, ya basha. I am. They say Mo Salah is the Egyptian pharaoh. I am there to compete. I am
Alright,
there to
competing with Mo
compete.
Salah.
I am there to compete وأنا مش واد عبيط على فكرة. I am not عبيط. عبيط is an idiot. I am there to compete وأنا مش واد عبيط. So that's the first quarter, the local quarter.
Yeah.
So welcome to the local quarter, and then the next to the local quarter, the international quarter. The international quarter is basically mainly Anglo-Saxon because you know I got
English.
English, but it has an aspect of a little bit of Orientalish here and there, from here and there. You know, a little bit of Indian knowledge, a little bit of Chinese wisdom, a little bit of like, you know, I take
The world
anything.
in the eyes of
Yeah.
the English language, kind of, or the West.
Yeah.
Western English speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fucked up quarter. The fucked up quarter is everything fucked up I have done in my life. And of course, in the international one, multinational companies working for international businesses. And then there's the fucked up quarter, الربع الضارب. The fucked up quarter is me being street smart all the time, doing crazy shit that people don't like me doing. But I get away with it so far. So far, I'm still alive. And I have done things throughout my life before turning 40 that I'm, alhamdulillah, very proud of. I have also taken off everything, including dancing with my underwear and fingering, because someone, you know, challenged me to put my finger in my asshole, and I did it. Because I wanted to say, if I put my finger in my asshole, is that gonna make you understand that I am no longer fucking shameful or ashamed of anything? And if that's what you want, here you go. Boom. I'm not gonna do it again. Disgusting. Ew. You know, and that's not right, because I like to appeal to the right. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm a left that's leaning right now.
Okay. Okay. Unpredictable.
Right? So that's the fucked up quarter is like street fights. It's like all my relatives. I grew up in a family where like there are like 15 of us.
Yeah.
Different, completely different. There's the asshole, the kind, the fighter, the, you know, the one with a dead heart, the one with full heart, the calm, the aggressive, the angry. Like I was just in a drama room.
Yeah.
All day long, and we were all living in the same building.
Yeah.
And I used to play in the street all the time and fight with people. I went to a public school where there are 70 of us in the class. It's not your typical American education, right? There is no AC whatsoever. We used to jump out of the school to go buy sandwiches. And I had to pay a bribe to the person standing by the place to let you go, to let you jump. So you see how the corruption became that you have to pay a bribe.
How did you get to the point of developing and computers and all of that in that situation? I mean,
it's something that you guys don't understand. Is like, and that's why I hate this idea of white guilt that is always, oh, your conditions are so bad.
No, don't worry. I don't have it. I'm happy.
I know you don't have it. I know you don't have it. I'm explaining it to others.
Okay.
Don't be defensive. Oh, I feel so bad about you. Oh, how can you survive? Do you need help? Do you need help? Let me help you. Take it easy. If you need to help me, you know, weed is expensive. Buy me some weed. You know, that's all. But then they don't, because they don't want to help with money.
Have you set up a Patreon or Patreon, however it's pronounced?
No.
Why don't you?
I'm bigger than that. I set up Tahrir Labs. You know what Tahrir means?
Yeah.
Wait. We said there are 3 quarters. There's a 4th quarter. That I call the 4th quarter, because it's mysterious like that. So in my head there is local, international, fucked up, and then the 4th quarter. What's in the 4th quarter, I don't say. I just give you the output of what comes out of the 4th quarter. So I do like sometimes like 4th quarter. So in the 4th quarter, I can teach you to love your enemy, for example. So who is an enemy of yours? Trump? Can I teach you to love him? Can we try? Can I take you into a journey where the camera is on your face and zoomed in?
Sure.
And where we capture your emotional experience as clear as possible. So weird. It's so weird. I like it already.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Close your eyes.
Okay, I'll close my eyes.
Can you put yourself in Trump's shoes? And tell me, what is it that you're telling yourself to New York Times about New York Times right now?
About the New York Times?
Yeah, and try and understand one thing. Trump doesn't insult himself like you insult him. Trump is not biased against himself like you are biased against him.
Yeah.
So if I tell you to put yourself against Trump, you can open your eyes now. I just wanted you to get that moment of like go there.
Of getting into Trump's
Yeah, because otherwise you wouldn't go.
Yeah.
You had to really shut down and go there.
Yeah.
So now you could actually go there and tell me what does he think of the New York Times, and I will show you what are you not getting about Trump.
Yeah.
That's the game.
I mean, I think I imagine that he is very proud of himself to the point where he cannot admit being wrong or defeat of some kind. And so when journalists or reporters try to...
can I stop you here?
Yeah.
You just went outside of Trump.
So I need to be Trump. I need to really get into Trump.
From the first second. You know, he can't be Trump for a second. Journalist, and he can't be Trump for a second.
All right.
Take number 2. Jeffrey trying to be Trump.
All right. Why does nobody understand me or something like that? I don't know.
Great.
Why is everybody so unfair to me?
Okay, so you think Trump, basically what he's saying is that Trump say, why everybody's unfair to me?
No, maybe actually he's really upset. So he's like, he's actually like...
Okay, so can you be Trump and be a little bit upset? Can you go there? Because if you can't go there, how can you really understand what the guy is talking about? Because I can go there and I can show you what Trump is thinking about New York Times, but after you fail a little bit.
I mean, okay, but... Okay, I mean... Why do people do this to me? Like, maybe...
No, he's a fighter.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care why they're doing it to him.
You don't think he feels hurt? Like, kind of like emotionally...
uh,
I don't know.
he is it's not hurt per se. Hurt sounds like he's a lady that's like feeling bad about like a romantic situation. The word hurt comes across as that in my own head. Maybe that's not what you meant. Can you use a different word?
Maybe betrayed.
Betrayed.
Yeah.
I like what you just said. He feels betrayed.
Yeah.
You started to feel Trump. Keep going. Do you see the difference between hurt and betrayed, or you don't see the difference?
Well, betrayed is like you expected the person to be on your side.
Not only that, do you see the level of masculinity between hurt and betrayed? So in hurt is like you are internalizing the pain. In betrayed, you're externalizing the pain. Do you understand the difference?
Sure.
Masculine power normally externalize. Feminine power normally internalize. And both are tools, by the way. None is better than the other. And masculine and feminine doesn't mean male or female. It's masculine and feminine power within every one of us.
I mean, a woman can be betrayed and a man can be hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So he is feeling betrayed. And you are him, and you started feeling betrayed. Why are you feeling betrayed, Mr. Trump?
Because people should like what I do, and they don't.
And why they don't?
Because they don't agree with me, or they maybe they think I look stupid or silly or.
Oh, does he say to himself, maybe they think I look stupid? Are you sure that Trump tell himself that maybe no, it's because they are jealous.
They wish they were me.
Of course. And by the way, he's right. And that's the surprise.
You wish you were Trump.
Wait. What is he right about is that they would wish they have aspects of his power, but without having to go through his path. And that's right. That's why everybody who secretly hate attention seekers is an attention seeker that fought attention seeking in his own heart by hating attention seeking.
But I think there's also a lot of people who don't like Trump just because they would never want to be president. They wouldn't want his power, but they just don't like what he does.
Again, you went outside of Trump head. Oh my God!
But how long do I have to be Trump?
Oh my God! Oh
Trump?
my God! Oh my God! It's as long as you can afford, Mr. Journalist, because I'm teaching you real journalism right now, and I say teach because I allow myself to tell you that I'm teaching you real journalism. Because you just stepped out of Trump in a way, in a very defensive way. By the way, there's something in your, in a very defensive way that shows me how biased you are.
Is my eye fine now?
Yeah, how biased you are. Go back, step back.
Yeah.
Why is it? It's because they're jealous. It's because different people are jealous because of different levels of jealousy. And most of the people who are jealous hide their jealousy, and he's right about that. So what happens is that he starts misclassifying jealousy for actual criticism. Mm-hmm. By the way, he's open to criticism. Those who are very close to him that he really, really, really trusts, he allows them to tell him anything that they want to tell him. He doesn't necessarily listen. Yeah. But he's open to the criticism. He can take it. His wife criticizes him very harshly, and he takes it. I already know it.
Yeah.
All right? I already know it. And
but so he needs you to love him to criticize him.
Exactly. You need him. He needs you. He needs to know that you actually carries in your heart his best interest.
But I don't think he does.
Again, you are getting out of him. You are making a judgment about whether that is reality or not, and that's not your job right now. You are still struggling to be Mr. Trump for a little bit. See how hard it is to be Mr. Trump? Then maybe you should stop judging him. You know? If you can't be him, then start observing only and stop judging and analyzing, because you're incapable of even being him. So how can you analyze? Mm-hmm. And that's actually my problem. And by the way, I'm sorry to put you in spot like that.
No,
because
I mean,
I can totally tell that if I get anyone who writes in American business, in American left, they're not going to be able to put themselves in his shoes. Mm-hmm. And by the way, if I put in people in the right, they're also not going to be able to put themselves in his shoes. They're going to exaggerate on his pains.
Yeah.
It's only Trump who can be Trump, and know what Trump state is at the way when Trump is not angry, when he's in a neutral
The job of
state.
a journalist is not. I mean, it's not exactly a psychologist or like a.
Oh yeah, the job.
Caretaker or
Yeah.
something. I mean, you have to-
The
you
job
have
of
to
a journalist is to exaggerate and to build caricaturish perspectives of people and tell us shit that is not true, so that then we dilute our understanding of reality, so we can get misinformed at scale, so that we can fuck up society. Right? Is that exactly what the job of a journalist is?
Yeah, but my question to you would be, at some point we have to sketch reality, right? I can speak to you right now and get an idea of who you are in the course of however long this is, but I can't know who you are like your wife or somebody who's known you for a long time, right? So we'll never have full information.
This is such a lame excuse for
I think it's
such a lame
excuse, though,
just
right?
a second, such a lame excuse if you use it to justify your inability to beat Trump for 5 hours before you write an article about Trump. Because by the way, if you can beat Trump for 5 hours, you're going to inform people way better. You're going to actually change reality way better. And I'm not saying beat Trump so that you can actually justify everything Trump is doing and feel that what you're doing is honorable. No, you're going to be him so that you can actually understand the human condition. And then you can start understanding how to talk to the person in a way that is beneficial to the country.
So let me ask you a question.
So if I'm Jim Acosta, I know that what I'm doing to Trump is not good for America.
Okay, but for example, I mean I don't know it in the same detail or with the same emotional depth maybe as I do American politics, but in the case of Egypt, for example, you know, when you were criticizing Mubarak, did you feel like you have to step into his shoes and think about what it's like to be him? I mean, apparently you called it his regime garbage at one time, from what I read online.
Yeah,
on
he's
TV.
so he's playing a good trick. He's like trying to put me on spot, right?
Well, I just want to know. I just want to know.
He just want to know.
You put me on the spot.
He
so
just want to
now
know.
I put you on
He
the
just,
spot. I
he
just want to know.
He just want to know. He just
Right?
want to know. How cute.
What?
How cute. He just want to know. He's the journalist that just want to know. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, I will take it. I mean, it's fair, you know. So here's how I say it. First of all, yeah, I tried my best all the time to put myself in people's shoes. That's what my mom taught me. That's first of all. And I say what my mom taught me because it's the feminine power that knows how to teach that skill. The problem was, though, I did not have a lot of information that I have right now about myself, about my family, about the world, about how politics run, about Egypt, about management, about leadership, about a lot. I was acting on full faith, representing what I thought was reality in my own head, while questioning reality all the time. I apologized so many times from 2010. Every time I find myself making a mistake, I know how to apologize, and I apologize. Whether people accept the apology or not, it doesn't care. I don't care. It's those who are not looking for idols, who are not looking for figures, public figure. I'm not a figure. I'm a public human. I'm not a figure.
You were.
Don't figurize me.
You were a figure. For
No,
a while,
I'm not.
For people, for other people.
I don't care. I'm not if someone figurize me, that's their problem with their own self. But I'm not there to satisfy their figurization of me, because I'm not a figure. I'm my own self. I change all the time. My ideas change. So if you are asking me now, if I go back, would I have done what I've done? I say I don't answer these silly questions, because it's a silly question, because I came here based on all the knowledge I've accumulated, and what I know about that knowledge right now tells me that it is wrong to create more insecurity by spreading misinformation. And misinformation is a scale of things. Part of the misinformation is the caricaturish imagery of representing an imbalanced, over focus on certain cases, certain issues. I mean, we all understand that the media industry is an attention-based industry. It's managed by relationship. People who have priorities within this industry tend to be people who are, generally speaking, crossing boundaries in the left. and that means that they have to set the agenda for everyone in the left, and they pull the left more left.
You think the media is left?
The media that is left is left, and the media that is right is right.
Okay, because a lot of people will say like
the
media is
media
leftist in general. I don't think so.
No. The media is left as in it gives. Okay, let me explain what I mean by left.
Mm-hmm.
And he got himself out of trouble, but it's okay. So when I say left, I like to think of, first of all, I don't characterize humans as part of objects or groups or tribes. And I think everybody is complex. Everybody has their own life experience. Everybody, even if they try and figure out, like create like figures within their heads, those figures could go away and they could change. I mean, everybody's changing all the time. So therefore, I don't think people in the left and the right think like we are all humans and we could change. We're just looking for inspirations to change. And no one likes to change, but that's bullshit. Everybody loves to change if you give them the right change agenda.
Yeah.
That they can actually understand and make sense of. Yeah. And that's why people voted Obama, and Obama won the election despite the fact that he was a black person. And when people got pissed off, Trump was the outcome. Because that makes sense. People were really annoyed at the fact that there were a lot of overpromises that really didn't materialize. Because they were overpromises. They were just words. They're products of American politics, the fake it until you make it American politics. That inshallah everything will be good. Sure. you know, everything is gonna be great, and we're gonna be a great country, and the great country is gonna be a great country because we're great. You know. Yeah. And we love you, Obama. And I am sorry. Where is the leader right now? Where is Obama? What is he doing? Do you know?
I think he had a reception recently in Chicago.
Oh, that's amazing. A reception in Chicago. Oh, wow. Imagine if Napoleon Bonaparte.
But that's not our system.
Wait.
President. It's always.
Oh, wait. Imagine if after, let's imagine an imaginary game. After death, Obama dies, and he goes and he now goes into the president hall. Yeah. The president hall is like have all these people from Adam, peace be upon him, until So Obama walks into the president hall, meets like Napoleon Bonaparte, and there are the bad guys are not there. Okay, so it's anyone who did certain type of crimes is not there. And he walks in and he meets this Richard whatever. No, actually all the bad guys are there. we can't start ruling out. They have to all be there. It's the presidents, but the amazing guys are there too, because there are people who have inspired the world by being president or leaders in their own countries and times. And there are, for example, in the Islamic history, there are many of these. One of them is Omar ibn Abdul Aziz. So anyway, he meets Napoleon Bonaparte there, and he's like, "Oh, so what did you do after your presidency, Obama?" He's like, just like a bit of receptions, I just did some talks, I made some money, wrote a book, and and my wife also wrote a book, it's just like, life goes, and it's just like really nice, and I'll travel a few times. Oh my God, you're such a hero to all of us. We are the ancient leaders. We're looking at what our ancestors, what our what do you call them, the ones after us?
Our descendants.
Descendants are doing, and we're fucking amazed at how fucking horrible shit is right now, and what you're doing, Obama. Now, as you are here, you know that you understand what hell means. Hell is to sit down and start watching.
No, but I mean, I don't know. We have a system where you're a leader for 4 or 8 years, and then you get to relax. That's how it goes. Right?
What I'm saying is, when the system is not operating as you would hope for it to be, you want to probably deploy your experience in trying to work with everyone else, especially your opposition,
but
to fix the problem.
I'll tell you, historically in America, I think the reason that they don't do that is because
my
the
God.
president is supposed to be quiet completely, or more or less quiet about the
no one
new
is saying
president.
no.
Like the old president.
No one is saying that he should be against the president. He
Yeah.
should just like work on the system. He should work on the system within his own party, CZ. It's easier. Just fix the holes in your own party. Look at the leadership quality on stage.
Do you have a favorite in the next election out of the?
My favorite is
2020.
Jeffrey 2020. Jeffrey is so cool. He's half Turkish. Look at him. Look at his smile. He's so cute. He's so cute. America would love him. Look at that. Jeffrey 20. Look, he's shy. He's already he's already a bit shy. Yeah. And you know, America, you have tried the one that is not shy at all. Why not try the shy? Why, you know, like, look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
I've never been pointed at on a screen.
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
Jeffrey. What's your full name, Jeffrey?
Bishku Aiko.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
why
all
I
right.
can't-
Forget
yeah,
it.
I
Forget
can't.
it. Forget
I
it. Jeffrey Bishko Aiko.
Yeah, you said it. You said it more. Bishku Aiko. Bishku.
Jeffrey Bishko Aiko. It's not. I
Yeah,
can't.
there you go.
Listen. Jeffrey, I would have passed. You know.
Yeah.
He looks like an Ahmed. But he sounds like a Jeffrey, so we can take him. but Bishko Aiko, no fucking way. I'm the brown guy that's a realist. I'm not one of those wishful brown guys like, oh my god, Jeffrey. No, I actually feel for the Americans. You know, I feel for the racists even. What the fuck, you know? I'm not gonna like. Do I have to struggle every time I mention my president name? You know, Trump is much easier. Obama is much easier. Bishko Aiko,
it's not gonna happen.
you know, it's like when his dad wanted to name him, he's like, you know, guess what? I don't want him to be the president of America ever. Ever.
BISHKU hyphen. There's a hyphen in it too. AYKUL.
Yeah, exactly. You know what he can be though? He can be, for example, you know, we can get him as a token in some department to say we have a diversity. You know.
Jeffrey Bishku Aiko.
Yeah, we have a Jeffrey Bishko Aiko in one of our departments. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a department of social diversity. It's the department that is supposed to bring diversity to the department of social diversity. It's very meta. All what they do is sitting down writing papers about diversity, you know, while the real diversity is missing, because the real diversity is diversity of thoughts, not diversity of looks, Mr. Bishko Aiko.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
İyi akşamlar. Somebody said iyi akşamlar. Cool. Turkish.
Nihan Mitna, you know, she's a frequent.
Oh.
She watches. I remember her.
Oh, okay.
Because she has such a distinct name, Nihan.
Huh.
I like, you know, it's like, imagine her family. You know, they sat down and like, what are we gonna call her? You know, and they're so creative. Nihan.
So you recognize a lot of these
Of
names,
course.
I'm assuming. Oh, okay.
Of course,
Okay,
I
nice.
recognize Tariq Nuruddin. He always talk.
Okay.
He's like, Ya Ammi Targim, please translate. Please translate.
All right.
Do I work for you, Mr. Tariq? Have you hired me? Have you hired me? You go learn English. You mother lover. You go learn English. Okay. فاحنا anyway, so you know, Obama met Napoleon Bonaparte, and you know, Napoleon is so happy anyway, and you know, Obama gave him a signed book, and Napoleon was like, "Oh, cute."
I mean, that's a funny way of putting it, but I don't know. You know, actually, but
And I was like, "Oh, cute." He gave him a sword. He's like, "Oh," or a rifle. He gave him. He's like, "Oh, we actually produced that one." You know, at the end of the day, I actually think, joking aside, it's nice that Obama would carry a book, and Napoleon should be happy that peace is happening in the world. It's just that we're misrunning right now, so I'm a little bit frustrated. Obama, don't be mad. I love you, by the way.
I love you. I remember you from Cairo University when you came and said very good words. You know, I am a little bit disappointed because it was all words, but at least you said good words. You know, at least we got good words. It's true, you know, we are Egyptians. We like the words. You give me good words. اديني عسل أحبك يا نونس. You give me عسل. عسل means honey. You know, we are عسل. عسل يا عسل. قول يا عسل. يا عسل. يا عسل. قول يا عسل. بقول له قول يا عسل يقوم قايل ايه قول يا عسل لان هو ما يعرفش قول يعني ايه. قول means say. So when I say قول يا عسل it means يا عسل. Okay. والنبي حلو. والنبي شفت انت والله انا ما عارف نضحك ولا نستفيد. I don't know should we laugh or enjoy, you know. It's I don't know. People know each other and they talk to each other as well.
How often do you do a stream?
Huh?
How often do you go live?
I stream all the time.
Yeah, because I see so many streams, you know what I mean?
I'm streaming. I stream in many ways.
All the time.
يا جيفري احترم نفسك يا جيفري. بيقول لي how often do you stream. ايه انت جاي تحسدنا ولا ايه؟ جيفري is jealous.
I'm jealous.
Jeffrey started you know I have a big stream.
I mean
and everybody should take care of their own stream. Mind your own stream. I mind my own stream. His stream, my stream. I stream as long as I can. And whenever I need, I feel it.
Yeah.
And whenever it happens, you know, I just give you the microphone, give anyone. And whomever wants to watch.
Yeah.
Whomever doesn't want to watch, doesn't watch.
That's good.
And I try and strive to put in. What did you put as a title? I'm curious.
Just journalist.
Oh my God, boring.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe I should put my Twitter handle or maybe I should put something down, but I
You know why they lack imagination? They don't trust themselves. He's cool.
Well, thank you.
But I don't know why he couldn't come up with something that's like cool like him.
What would you put if you're me?
جيفري وجاي يهري. بصراحة جيفري وجاي يهري will make me جيفري وجاي يهري. Look.
I hope that's
I'm
a
gonna
good thing. I hope that's a
no
good thing.
جيفري وجاي يهري means I'm Jeffrey and I'm coming here to bluff. And it's fun.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
You told me that earlier. Yeah.
So for the people, because they're gonna see more of you maybe on camera, I can invite you on live. We can invite someone else.
Okay.
It can be multiple live. You can take half the screen.
We can do from New York.
Yeah.
And,
Live from New York. Jeffrey Ugayari.
Yeah.
You know? Say it.
Yeah, live from New York. Jeffrey Wayahari.
لا Jeffrey Ugayari.
Yeah, Jeffrey Ugayari.
No.
Oh my
Jeffrey, take it easy.
Jeffrey
Ugay
Ahri.
أهري. شوف جيفري وجاي أهري.
جيفري وجاي
يا حلاوتك يا جمالك. يلا لايف فروم نيويورك جيفري وجاي أهري.
Live from New York, Jeffrey وجاي.
Wait, let me put you music that one of my friends actually made. Okay. So and you know that might be and it's called Gindi. Yeah. Say we're listening to Gindi by Soul.
Okay.
And أنا جيفري وجاي أهري.
أنا جيفري وجاي.
Live من California. Live من Mountain View.
Live from Mountain View.
مش from من.
Live من Mountain View.
Live من Mountain View. وبنسمع جندي.
اسمع.
No. We can say جندي. live من Mountain View. أنا جيفري وجاي أهري.
Live من Mountain View. وأنا جيفري وجاي أهري.
Live من Mountain. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Trust yourself. You are great, by the way. You know you will do it.
Yeah,
okay. Live من Mountain View.
Live من Mountain View.
Perfect. وأنا جيفري وجاي أهري.
وأنا جيفري وجاي أهري.
ويلا جندي.
ويلا جندي.
يلا تاني. So يلا. I will start the music
not so loud, and I will make it loud as you go. Okay. So live من Mountain View.
Live من Mountain View.
وانا جيفري وجاي يهري.
وانا جيفري وجاي يهري.
ويلا جندي.
ويلا جندي.
يلا.
Wait. Live من Mountain View.
Okay.
Live من Mountain View. وانا جيفري وجايندي.
وجايهري.
وجايهي.
تاني let's do it again. يلا. يلا.
Live من Mountain View. وانا جيفري وجاي
أهري.
يهري.
ويلا جندي.
ويلا جندي.
Oh, Jeffrey.
بشكويكو.
فك جيفري يا معلم، فك جيفري. What do you think of this music?
I like it.
This guy is a barista in Cairo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's really good.
It became quite famous. Nice. He only has 220 followers. He produces great music.
Oh, add him on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Soul. S-O-L. And the S has a shadda. شدة. هذا الرجل رجل يحب اللغة العربية والله العظيم. إنني أشعر أن جيفري وربما يهديه قلبه. قلب. Look, جيفري. كلب is dog.
Oh.
قلب is heart.
Kalb? In Turkish, kalb.
تحرير is liberation.
Tahrir?
No. تحرير is liberation. تحرير is to shit.
Huh. Really?
Oh yeah. It's that different.
So
it's just a point.
Yeah, okay.
And you are missing the point. Or you're adding the point. Because you're American, you love adding points. Oh, I love adding a point. تحرير. Muhammad. Khora. Mahmoud. You know? No, don't add a point. The kha is a different word. Okay. It's a different letter. Okay. It's ha. From here. You get it from. You get it from here.
Okay.
أيوة يا جيفري. By the way, it's won something.
Yeah, I actually.
Oh, Jeffrey loves it. Jeffrey wants to stay. How cute. He loves it. I hope you like it. Can you pay $100 now? Can you buy me some weed? I bet I entertained you today.
Oh my god. I mean.
Look. And that's soul.
It's good. So he's famous?
No. I am more famous than Islam. Yeah, Islam Sharabiya, I am more famous than you. But very soon you come here and perform in America and make a lot of money because Jeffrey is gonna call his girlfriend and say, "Hey, my girlfriend, we have a party." And Jeffrey and his girlfriend and 15 of his friends and his cousin Jennifer, Jeffrey and Jennifer, because the family all, they have only a problem in the last name. The first name is they're taken care of. It's Jeffrey. It's like, oh no, enough that we have a hard name. It's just like, just like me. I'm like, oh, the boy, it's enough that he has a غنيم in his name. Let's call him Adam. Because we don't want anyone. If I call him Muaz or he's like Muaz or like it's just like Adam. He's like universal, first man on earth, despite what the atheists say. Right? Because what can we do? You know, most of the people think that way.
Sure.
And life
sure.
is a thought process
Yeah.
until you know how to change it, and you're not gonna be able to change it because every time you try and change it, some people come back and bring it back to where it should go. And that's why the game is fun like that. واخد بالك يا Jeffrey, you should get to go, by the way.
I should go.
You
I
should really get to
but
go. Let's put
very
actually
nice.
let's put the rest of the music and we should dance together while standing up and then close it.
All right.
And then
all right.
close it as such. ايوه بقى رقصوا بقى. Wait. ايه يا عم التليفون. Wait. I really want to thank this guy. He's awesome. He has been very open-minded to my new style of interviewing humans in my own podcast. That's better than Joe Rogan until Joe Rogan hosts me.
All right. All right. Then it's great. Yeah.
أيوة. هزها عشان تعزها. Move it so you can appreciate it. Move it so you can appreciate it. هزها عشان تعزها. تفضل. صباح الفل أنا أحشش وهم يعلوا. I smoke weed and you get high.
Yeah. Great time.
You know, now he can go back to his girlfriend. Go back to your girlfriend.
I will.
Get out of my way, barra.